Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Saturday Live with MST. Today, we are going to be talking about how one can stay motivated during any crisis. For this, I welcome these two amazing guest speakers who have worked day in and day out to achieve what they dreamt of, only to see their dreams shattered in a matter of seconds. What makes their story worth sharing is that they did not lose hope. They continued unabated. I welcome Flight Lieutenant Aditya Rajgupta, retired, founder of the very popular Pinball Store Bangalore. He is an alumnus of National Defense Academy and has served the Indian Air Force as a fighter pilot flying the mighty MiG-21. We also have Yash Parashar, founder of SSB Kaksha. He was an Air Force cadet and an appointment holder in the prestigious National Defense Academy, Pune. I will now let the gentlemen take over from here. Thank you for being with us, Flight Lieutenant Aditya and Yash. Starting with you, Flight Lieutenant Aditya, tell me how thrilling was it to fly the fighter jet and what drove you to join the forces?
Good morning, ma'am. Thank you for such a wonderful welcome speech given by you for introducing us, ma'am. And ma'am, I'm from Military School, Bangalore. I've studied there from 6th to 12th standard, and I have a classmate called Major Akshay Girish who was martyred in a terrorist attack. So since his day one of our school, we've been together. And his father is Wing Commander Girish Kumar. He's 53rd Squadron Lima NDA. We always saw him and look up to him. We always wanted to. We were so inspired by him that when someone asked us, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" We always said we want to be Akshay's dad. So he was one of the most motivating factor for all his classmates, ma'am, who had close interaction with him. Uh, so Akshay and I, we've been together ever since, and that is how we knew that we wanted to join the Air Force, ma'am.
Yash, what drove you to join the forces? How important was it for you to actually join the Indian Air Force?
Similar like story. I had a friend. His father was lieutenant colonel. He usually like to. He was only the one in our group to go in defense. But what was the effect was he was a fat guy, so he didn't clear it, and he was not able to make it up to it. And when it comes to us, like we always see the uniform as a prestigious one. And I'm from a family like from a family of farmers, and my father has come into services. So we are a family of like that, belonging to a town, not a much big town. So going into the prestigious job was one of the biggest achievement I could do in my life. That was the force that drive me in. After doing things so, and all of the things changed, everything was like a miracle. And in the meanwhile, what I thought was like Aditya Gupta sir has also been, he would also have given SSB interview. So like when I was also preparing for this SSB interview, I didn't have any time to attend the coaching, which was like 15 to 20 days of coaching. So that was a time when the idea of SSB Raksha came and the idea of going into SSB interview was the same.
Aditya, what was that moment when you saw all your dreams getting shattered? And why was it that you had to leave the Air Force?
Uh, Ma'am, I have this theory where I feel that uh, passion is at a younger age is like love, ma'am. So is like falling in love because you always know you always want to fall in love because you're in love with the idea of falling in love. So when I flew my aircraft for the first time, ma'am, it just blew my mind. I said this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So working towards that, and now it became more and more. It was like an addiction, man. Flying is, I feel, is an addiction, and you just can't get more of it. So when you do something with such passion, you always are good at it. So and fighters, ma'am, we are training all the time, and because you're training all the time, so there are these competitions that we have, and especially during the range, it is always the range sorties are always a competition where you want to do well. So during the range sorties at Pokhran range in Jaisalmer, uh, in a few of the sorties, I was pulling out with excessive G's, and because of these excessive G's, ma'am, I had a spinal injury, and because of which
Similar.
I had a very severe. I could not feel. I had numbness. I will not say paralysis, but I will say there was a very severe numbness in my lower body. So I was immediately evacuated and operated here in Command Hospital, Bangalore. So I recovered most part of my leg, but the right side of my right leg got was very numb, which made it very difficult to walk and have normal resume normal activities. So this is where I was always pleading to the doctor, "Ki sir, you're operating me, and you please send me back to fighters." So he promised me that, and now I know that he was lying, but he had to save me, because he said later on he came and told me that if I don't operate you now, you might lose your leg permanently. So I think it's destiny, ma'am. You cannot always things don't happen the way you want them to, but this is how it happened now.
Yash, can you talk about that moment, that one particular moment when you envision that this is not what is going to be? I mean, you're not going to be able to fulfill your dream of joining the forces. Can you talk about that moment?
Like after the similar, like I also had a spinal injury, and then I got a severe injury in my leg. I had a much severe injury in my leg. Then when I was admitted, I was like hopeful that I would get recovered and go back into it. But when the letter came at my home, you have only 30 days to get back into it if you are medically fit. But then 30 days after trying all of the things, when I couldn't join, that was a time like nothing is, like everything is down. I don't know what is doing. So at that moment of my life, I was thinking what to do next. Everyone came was like just talking like somebody's a victim. Never wanted myself to be treated as a victim, because I have been always strong in my life, and like my father is very simple guy, and he's very down to earth and all, and he likes to be staying low key and not going into much bigger things. Don't go for a much bigger trap. If you fail, you would be in a much bigger downfall. So, but always I wanted to do a big thing, just because I don't want to lose anything, or like whenever I was with my friends in my life, so everyone was like, his father is in police, he's at that officer level, he's in a businessman, he's something like that. So then after that, I have found out that this is the best thing I could do, because I'm being this, I've fought this in this field, I've gone through this, and I can take my real life into it. I can see the things going apart. I can feel the things. If I could start any manufacturing plant, that would not be a much emotional connect with my life. So that was the point of time when I decided that I'll do something for this. I also decided like there should be a something. Aditya would also be thinking like that. There should be something like, if someone is injured, then they should be given a another duty, but in the defense itself, because being in the defense is the utmost important and prestigious job. Like today also we are doing businesses, but that's another kind of thing in the life. Being in the defense is a different feeling, different atmosphere, different, everything is different.
I agree with you, Yash. But then, yes, I mean, in your case, Aditya, you were in fact shifted to the Adam section. but you could not bear to be in the Air Force and not fly. Is it true?
Yes, ma'am. So I'll give you a simile, ma'am. When you fly fighters, when you have a stick and throttle in your hand, you make a move, you move the stick, and the aircraft follows. In a transport aircraft, ma'am, it is slightly slower. In a helicopter, it is the speeds are slower. But in administration, sitting behind a desk, you take an action, and there's a whole lot of paperwork and a file that moves and that comes back. So and standing near the runway and look at my friends, senior juniors fly. It was very heavy, ma'am. It was very difficult to not fly, ma'am, because it was not a job, ma'am. I mean, like we always say, we don't serve. We serve. We don't. It's not a job. So we are serving in the Air Force, ma'am. So it was very it, yeah. Yes, ma'am. It was really difficult.
I understand. Taking a step back, Aditya, that moment when the doctor told you, or probably when you realized that you'll not be able to fly again. How much time did it take you to assimilate all of it and think that you have to find another way to start the second innings of your life?
Uh, Initially, first 6 months were very bad, man, because I was on the bed. I was lying on the command hospital on the bed, and a jumping jack that I'm known to be. It was the energies were just I could not eat, man, because I was on the bed, and I was mentally not prepared to face such an event in my life, and at a very early age. So. Uh, just one moment. It took some time, ma'am. It took quite some time because then finally I met my senior from school, ma'am. He's slightly philosophical, so he told me about destiny and what you can do. There's one thing that he mentioned, which I would also like to tell Yash from what he was saying, that like how we've learned in science that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It just changes form. So passion is a form of energy, ma'am, and you just need to drive yourself, pick yourself up, and it is easier said than done, ma'am, because I've gone through the whole process and I know what it takes to change your mindset completely and try to divert your entire energies without feeling any self pity or bad for yourself, or looking back. You just have to look forward, see what you have to do, and get at it no matter what the world tells you.
uh, Talking about it even today, it kind of makes you emotional. And I think that this is the passion that drives our forces to do well every single day, and to be out there, and they're ready to sacrifice their life for their motherland. That is this is the kind of passion that we talk about when we talk about our Indian Armed Forces. Yash, tell us about your journey as a founder. How did you come? How did you decide that you were going to be, teaching other students to be trained for SSB and join the armed forces?
Rightly after I left the NDA, I many family relatives approached me like how to go into it. My sister even did appear for it. My friends, like seniors, and most of my college mates and schoolmates, like they said me like how to do it. That was going into an informal type of training, and what people thought was it was like a so much easy job. And when the informal training is going on, people don't usually turn up to be as good as when it is a professional training. And then after I started another venture, this is my first third venture to be true. I started a venture for smart parking, making smart parkings for Smart City India. And in that the phase, I got to know my passion. Like that was not my passion. Making smart parking was not a passion. That was a business. Like only when my father got that work to be done for the smart city, and they there was some quota kind of for the ex personal defense and all. So my father told you can do it. You are into technology also, so you could do it. I did that. Then I started travel with yoga. You travel India and you do yoga. You take the peace, inner peace, because I know what the inner peace is for you. I've been through it. If I would and I and Aditya would haven't been having peace in our life, we won't be able to survive till today.
Yeah.
Peace was as important as that. So I decided to go for travel with yoga. In the meanwhile, like that was going all good. Travel with yoga is going all good. And then I was called at different colleges and also people told me, why don't you start? Why don't you start? I was like, let me make a let me stand at a particular place where I could give free education. That was my plan of that was my plan. I never wanted to give this education on money. Always wanted to have this that I should make them all educated free of money, no money. But then what happened was I did so many free workshops, free sessions. Then what happened was people took it for granted. It was like a funny show, like you whenever you go into any place. So it was like a funny show going over there. So then I took into a professional way, and in which also we are like not charging as much as like what people are charging anywhere else. And we are not like recently we have a child and aspirant. She said that I'm not in a good condition to give money and everything. That was never an issue for us. But we always wanted to educate people to go into defense because I know what it takes. I was not given that opportunity. If I would have been given audio, video lectures, online classes, everything, then I would have definitely joined. As that was not in my time. I had to only prepare by the Quora, Google, YouTube. That was the only thing at that time. I was preparing for JE, so I could not go for a 15 to 20 days of coaching. That was the issue, and that was the problem statement for me as personally what I feel. And then that I converted into a business, so-called business.
Yeah, it's very interesting to know that yoga helped you to kind of get a hold of yourself and your emotions.
True.
Aditya, how important was your training at National Defense Academy and your service years that helped you shape into a human that you are today? And how important was it to find? How important was the training to find that peace and to make peace with the destiny?
Ma'am, everything is attributable to service, ma'am. I mean, who I am, what I'm capable of, the way I think, is all because of the ethos that I've imbibed in the National Defense Academy and further in my flying squadrons. The main thing is, ma'am, is being a team player. So, in I'm from the Echo Squadron of from the 111th course, ma'am, and we always did well in sports. We were always so we when we lost, we were punished together. When we won, we celebrated together. And in the ground, there was no senior, there was no junior, there was it was just sheer talent and the whole team coming up together and making it happen, ma'am. So this imbibes a very and the Scotland culture, ma'am. It imbibes a very very strong feeling in you of togetherness and the people around you and how it you realize the strength of unity, ma'am. Similarly, ma'am, I was just telling somebody an incident about my CO, group captain then, Air Commodore Sucharu Rai. Uh, ma'am, being a tiger, being a CO, he looked after us. Even if no matter what we did, he was always standing by. We always knew that he's got our back. That made give us a confidence in our attitude and in a sense of pride and confidence that drove us to do anything. Even if we even made the impossible happen. There's nothing wrong that we did, but just that confidence that somebody's got your back has makes you make miracles happen, ma'am. So similarly, the same thing which I think about now, and I bring subconsciously or unconsciously to the civil world, man. Uh, the the company, ma'am, the it is formed by the team, ma'am. They these are the people who are standing right next to you, and making sure anything you say, anything that you and that you envision is a reality. So it is all the service, ma'am. It is all everything that you learned as a cadet, as an officer in your units. That is all that matters, ma'am.
Yeah. Tell us about your journey as a founder, Aditya.
Uh, Ma'am, it's very interesting. It's very humble. We started. I started my business from a very small capital, from my provident fund and my gratuity, ma'am. And uh, somehow we got the right people, ma'am. For example, I retired from Air Force Station Yelhanka, and my wife was very fond of having a garden. So there was a lot of weed all over the garden, and she called two boys from the station, from so the nearby quarters, and uh, I left home at 7:30, and 2:30 when I was back, the garden was spick and span. So I asked my wife who did this, and so I called that boy to my office next morning. He single-handedly, ma'am, his name is John. He single-handedly completed the entire lawn, and to an extent that it was very difficult to comprehend that how he would have done it in so much time. So when I left Forge, ma'am, my first thing I called him was like, "Do you want to do something in life?" He's like, "Yes, sir." I said, "You are not you don't have the attitude to be staying in a servant quarter and living your life here. If अगर कुछ करना है तो मेरे साथ चलो." He immediately packed his bags, and next day, the day I retired, ma'am, even he retired from the Air Force, ma'am. And till this day, he's my right hand man, ma'am. He does anything that I tell him is just done. Even I can't if I do that same work, even I can't do it to the perfection that he brings in. So similarly, ma'am, we got a lot of people, a lot of boys and girls associated with us, and very gradually they started teaming up, and the culture that we brought to the company uh, gave a very sharp rise in the company, ma'am. And from a very small beginning to where we are today, it was only the team, ma'am, and it was a very it's been a very interesting journey, and it's still going on, ma'am. From we started as a retailer with a pinball thermal store, and eventually when we realized that our store is doing well, and I have very little to do there, as my wife had completely taken over and she was handling the entire show. I ventured out into manufacturing, ma'am. And uh, as we started manufacturing, there's a single also Yash would be very Yash would also very be interested in, like, in knowing that something that I found, ma'am. So do you have it in you? So during this lockdown, ma'am, I realized what is this it. It is a single word answer called integrity, ma'am. So when you bring integrity into your work, uh, what you do what you do is just what you do, man. But from the third from the from a distant perspective, the product that you create is brilliant, man. And that is how we got appreciation in what we are doing and how we are doing it. And we cater to each customer very gradually, and till now, uh, we are not just a goods manufacturer, but we are a service oriented company where we look after each and every customer and their needs. So that is how we've come till here.
That's a wonderful thought. If you have integrity in you, you can really make it. Yash, what about you? I mean, how do you keep your staff motivated every single day in times of crisis?
Like as of now, our team is the most boosted one because in this time, as you know, education technology sector is booming up, and mainly everyone has ESOPs. Like everyone has their own shares in the company, and everyone is going for their betterment. Everyone is looking forward to it, and what we are providing, what the courses we are providing is not provided by anybody else. So they are able to see the clear market, new market in the world. And also the team, I would like to say that I've got a lucky team. I'm myself lucky to get a team like this, because whenever like I tell anyone, like the person who is handling the tech, he always comes up with a great idea. I don't have to mention anything. The marketing guy is always looking forward what we can do good for the betterment. What happens is like in the times, someone is like, oh, we are going good, everyone is doing good, but what keeps them motivated is our values we have created when we were structuring the whole company. When I was structuring the whole company, I made the values. If these values are not fulfilled, then I would shut the company then and there itself. I won't see the loss, I won't see the profit, I would shut down the company then itself, in which integrity is one of the first values we have it in. Integrity. Then we are responsible. If the person is not getting the values we are trying to provide, he would or she could cancel it, the course or anything, and would get the full repayment, because we don't want to have it as a business. That what I told you earlier. And that's what people, students, aspirants are with us. That's what the thing, they are connected with us, because we are not doing anything bad. Like we don't do, what happens is people tell us are very different stories of different businesses, but we don't go through it. We always keep our values in it. There is the SOP, like structure of procedure is maintained for all of the teams, so which makes the team going good, always in a motivated time. And reward is the main function. the more the more the reward is, the more the person motivated is, for me, for you, for everyone. Like it's a human nature. So that's what our team is motivated from. Basically we have developed the values in each and everyone. If the values are not matched, he or she leaves that time only. There is only 7 days period. If the person is not matching to the values, we only see the values. If the person is on the values, we are welcoming for her in the team. And if not, you are free to go anywhere. That's what I feel, because I don't want to take this as a business, or like doing a much profitable business through it. That is another part of the journey. But what I want to do is to do values, take inculcate values in the people. We would be inculcating OLQs. Aditya would be knowing it. We would be inculcating OLQs in the people. So if the team is not having OLQ, or team is not following the values, how would they inculcate OLQs? How would we be able to inculcate the OLQs? That's the point.
I agree with you there. Aditya, can you give out tips to other entrepreneurs to stay motivated in times of crisis?
Uh, the only thing all the entrepreneurs around the world need to know and understand, and from my experience, is take care of your people. That is the only thing that matters. If you take care of your people, they will take care of you and the company. Everything else will be a walk in the park. It is just take care of their needs right now, understand, prioritize, and help people out, and build a larger team, build a better team, and take care. And when what Yash was saying, that if the values don't match, they are ready to leave. I am in slight disagreement with it there, ma'am. And if the values don't match, you have to inculcate those habits in your people. You have to bring in a culture, a work culture, where they automatically, it just rubs in onto everyone that who is with you. And once they know that you're not going to leave them, it it creates a sense of security in all of them, and all of them align to your values, and the company's needs.
Uh, Yash, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have other founders as well with you. So how do you deal with them?
Frankly, let me speak. The other founder is my girlfriend. she's we both started the venture. So like she is much, because I included her in this just because she was like, you don't give me time and everything. So that was the thing. And now she is dealing with technology, marketing, and everything. I'm just into educating people. She's doing all the business things, all the things she was capable of. She's from a business background, BPA, MBA. So like she's good into it. I'm not much good into it as management and everything, but she's a bit better than it. So like we are from a different background. What I'm good at, she's not good at. What she's good at, I'm not good at. So that makes a perfect combination between me and her.
That's wonderful. I'm sure Aditya agrees there because your co-founder is also your wife in a way.
Yes, ma'am. She's 10 times me, ma'am. I'm just a minuscule of her potential.
Okay, so Aditya, I mean, there are times in every entrepreneur's life when they feel that this is not working.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you get over those?
Ma'am, these times come multiple times in a day, ma'am. So, uh, with experience, ma'am, with probably I have 5 years of experience now. So I realize earlier I used to get bogged down too much and become too happy about things when things worked out. But then I realized this is a journey which I have to live through. So it's better to not react to either of them, ma'am, and just be neutral about it, and just keep working. Treat triumph and failure, like in the AF poem, ma'am, as the same imposters, ma'am. So yours will be the world and everything that's in it.
And wouldn't you agree, Aditya, that entrepreneurship is closely related to flying? It comes with its own risks.
Uh, yes, ma'am. So it's always the man behind the machine, ma'am. And you have to speak to your aircraft. You have to talk to her, and you have to. It becomes your own body part, ma'am. Entrepreneurship is very similar, ma'am. You have to know you cannot detach yourself, otherwise you will be a businessman. So the business has to become a part of you. It has to think like you. It has to move and behave like you. And there are no excuses, ma'am. The triumphs and the failures are all yours, and you have to learn to celebrate and go down with the ship if need be, ma'am.
And Aditya, tell us about your venture. You've also ventured into masks currently. Tell us
Yes, ma'am.
about that venture. What difficulties are you facing with that venture?
So we started making masks after the lockdown opened on 2nd of May, ma'am. And the reason we had to make masks is our primary set of products are jackets and camera bags. So we manufacture every kind of jacket that can be stitched in fabric, ma'am, and every kind of backpack. So what happened now is the entire market for the backpacks, school bags, laptop bags, trekking bags, and travel bags, and also camera bags is completely shut down now because there are no schools, no offices. Everyone is working from home, and there's no travel, ma'am. And there are no community events, so people are not buying cameras, and in turn, not buying camera bags. Jackets, we specialize in jackets for especially for colder climates, ma'am, for people who are traveling. So because since there are no travels, so there is absolutely no sale of jackets either. So I was continuously getting calls from my boys and girls, and they said, "Sir, you need to open the factory." I was paying them whatever money I could during the lockdown, but it was not enough to sustain. Last year we did a very huge turnover, and this year my intention was to double the turnover. And the first quarter of this calendar year, we very aggressively procured raw material, and we started manufacturing to meet the voids that were left behind in the previous years. So suddenly, when there's an absolute full stop in business, so there was nothing else to sell. So in order to keep the factory going and the employees working, we started manufacturing masks, which I realized there's a market for. And like an MBA would say that for the population of 1.4 billion and so many factories, this is the manufacturing capacity. there is a big market, but in actuality the market is big, but so is the competition, and the unorganized sector plays a very important role here, where very masks without the filters and low standard masks, which are not very useful for the COVID situation, are mostly in vogue, ma'am. So in order to keep the company afloat, and also like for example, we also have a lot of ladies working around, who are housewives in and around the factory, ma'am, the residential areas and all. They all are now working with us on daily wages because their husbands are out of jobs. So masks is something that we're doing just to sustain and create a sustainability in the market, and keep a revenue flowing, so that the livelihoods of the staff and all the a lot of ladies around are taken care of.
So, what is the kind of help that you need? What is there a message that you want to convey through our platform, Aditya?
Yes, ma'am, definitely, ma'am. Ma'am, we are a step behind, a lot of Western countries who were hit by Corona much before us, ma'am. So a similar trend seems to be flowing, happening all around the world, and I do not wish that trend to come back in India because of continuous unemployment. There has been a lot of law and order problems that a lot of countries and a lot of cities in the countries have faced. Uh, you can sleep hungry, but you cannot let your child sleep hungry, ma'am. So uh, we have to generate any kind of revenue from any which markets that we can, and keep your employees on the payroll and kept them fed. This it is just a storm that needs to be that will pass probably in a year or year and a half's time, and then we just have to sustain till then, ma'am. We just have to maintain and help everyone and anyone we can. That is what
Yeah.
I wish to say, ma'am.
Yeah, it is important for others to help you, mostly because you are further helping these ladies and your other employees. You have not chucked them out; they're still working with you, and that is very important.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think that's where help should come in, so that you can further help these people.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're doing a great deed for the society, Aditya. Thank you for that.
Thank you,
Uh,
ma'am.
Yash, do you have a message for other entrepreneurs?
Try your passion, go for your passion, just do it. Everything would be a build for, like, you would think negative for 2 to 3 months, 4 months. When I started it, I also felt like uh, that was a time when I thought like, when I was teaching informally, people came to me, yours itself only. But then when I turned into professional, nobody came. So then I thought that won't work, that won't work. But I kept on trying, kept on trying, kept on trying. And that was a time people turn up, like we had to increase our team members just because of the people came. You never know what can happen next. Just try. There is no substitute for hard work. And secondly, you can't change what is written in your luck. So
Yes, I
be
agree.
patient,
Thank you.
be patient, meditate. Firstly, me and my father was like always on opposite side, just because he wanted me to have a routine in my life and do meditation and yoga in the morning. And I was a guy preparing for JE for like 10 to 5 in the morning, like 10 to 5 in the night, and then sleeping the whole day till 2. My father was like, you sleep at night, do yoga in morning and then study. And that I got to now. When I was in need of peace, I was in need of a mental stability. When I tried that, it was like awesome. Like I just tried for 5 minutes a day. Usually today also I do just for 5 minutes. But that 5 minutes make my 5 hours productive for the day.
Yes, I agree, Yash. In fact, I have been a personal beneficiary of yoga and meditation, and it's all about that mindful breathing, and it gets you through your day. Finally, Aditya, I would, there are situations and people in your life who inspire you to achieve something. I want you to be today a source of inspiration for all those young people, maybe in 12th or who are doing their graduation. Why should they join the forces?
It's a very lengthy reason, ma'am, but I'll put it in short. If you want to exist, then you can do anything that you want to, and unless you're following your passion, unless you understand what you really want to do, it is not just you're just not with an idea, love with the idea of doing something, but you really understand yourself and pursue what you want to do. But otherwise, if you want to live, then defense forces is the places for you. You join the army, you join the air force, you join the navy, and you will be taken care of. You will be taken care of in a way that you will learn to live. You will all the aspects of life, what a human being is supposed to live through an experience. You will be given whether you like it or not. And at the end of the day, when you retire, when you come outside, you will realize what a fulfilled life you've had. You get to serve, you get the respect, you get to do everything that a human being should do in his small existence of his life.
Yes, I completely agree there. And I hope your message reaches far and wide. And I hope there are other entrepreneurs or distributors who come out to help you guys and help you in your venture. I mean, you've served the nation. This is the least that anybody can do, is to serve, is to help you with your venture. Thank you so much, both of you, for being with us. And if anybody wants to connect with them, you can always connect with us, and we'll connect you to Yash and Flight Lieutenant Aditya. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having us, man.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.